but for the first 1,000 views that you get, we'll send you $25, Venmo, whatever you want. We'll throw $1 bills at you. It's up to you. For the first 10,000 views, you'll get $100, and then for the first 50,000 views, you'll get $750. So we figured it would be good to incentivize people for two reasons. Is like one, obviously, making content does take time, and so this is kind of a way to motivate you, and hopefully it pays off. And two, also, those are like definitely reachable benchmarks. I don't want to say it's easy because it's not, but if you are posting great content, consistent, etc., you can definitely hit those numbers. And especially if you have a video, go viral, that'll happen quickly.
And Gabby's asking about what is the audience. I think it's going to be towards, not necessarily as we were doing before, Gabby, with NASM specific. This will be fitness specific and exposure. Danny, correct?
Boo, no.
Nope. Okay.
What's wrong with?
That's why I asked you.
Let's see who comes to my class and pays attention. What's wrong with what Chris just said?
It's too broad.
Yes. Okay. Well, but not you. It's not. God damn it, Chris. It's not specific enough. So what we would want to do is start from there, right? So the goal. What is the goal? Somebody tell me, other than me, not you, Chris. Of Show Up Fitness Internship. What are we trying to do?
Get more qualified trainers.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Education purposes to better field, I'm assuming.
Sure. And but why do we care if they're qualified trainers? Why can't I let someone off the street just put me through a workout?
To not hurt anybody.
Right. For safety and protection of the clients, to make sure they actually get in shape, to help them achieve their long-term goals. You guys know, 8 million reasons. So I would say when you're creating content, it should be targeted towards, since it's geared towards, trainers and not clients, it's kind of in two parts. One is the education piece of why it matters that you're a qualified trainer, because that's something that I don't think even as like Show Up that we've tapped into somewhat, but could definitely get into more. Meaning when you hear qualified trainer, to me, if I'm an outsider, maybe I just think, oh, that's just a bunch of people who get a bunch of certs or get a bunch of degrees. Like that's boring. That's like nerd shit. I don't care. Right. But really what it's about is if you're not educated, you could injure a client, or you might actually be giving someone advice that's going to move them further away from their goals. Or you could just be shitty in sessions and have a bad attitude and not realize it, right? All these things that can happen if you don't have that hands-on experience or even like a class environment like this. So that's piece one, is like, why do you care? Not just become a qualified trainer, but why do you care about being a qualified trainer, right? Because that's the piece that I think we need to emphasize. And the other side of it is, what does it look like to be a qualified trainer, right? So like when I hear qualified trainer, maybe I'm thinking like you with 18 NASM certs, right? I'm qualified. No. So I want to see you train your client, talk about anatomy, talk about physiology, talk about, things that you've learned in here or through training clients in person. So again, still using trends. You can do short, either like 30-second talking videos that are choppy, like I've showed you guys before. You can do, quick little videos with voiceover. Ivan did one that I liked that I'll show you guys. But that's where I would take it, is either why or what. Like, why do I care about being a qualified trainer, and what does it look like to be a qualified trainer? Because if I see you and I'm a NASM certified trainer and I've never, gone through anything more than that, and I see Mariah like talking about why it matters that you understand how the shoulder muscles work together when you're doing an overhead press and how, whatever, like that, to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know that. I don't know what clients do and don't have overhead mobility. How do I check for that? Why does that matter? Like, that's something that's going to freak me out, right? As someone who's like, I have every single client, like not me, but hypothetical me. I have every single client of mine, let's say, overhead press without exception. And you get on TikTok and talk about why that's not a good idea without checking first. Suddenly I'm freaked out because I'm like, holy shit, I could be injuring all my clients. Then I want to know more about Show Up, right? So that's how, from a content perspective, it goes from, oh, this is a cool workout, to, oh my God, am I hurting my client? Let me get in these classes, or let me talk to Mariah, or let me get my own trainer, or let me do something beyond NASM. Like, that's kind of the direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. So thanks for that clarification, because you have to, it will definitely come when we do this again, they're going to come and challenge us, which is great because I like it. But the average trainer who gets certified, they're not qualified. And so when they see it, they're going to be threatened, just like those that go to a gym A lot of times you're threatened because you talk to someone, and I encourage you to learn more about trainers and do it in a respectful way. But when you meet someone who's a trainer, be like, oh my God, it's so great. What cert do you have? And they're going to be like, oh, I'm a NASM, ACE, ISSA. Oh, it's great. I'm a level 1 coach. And just stop right there. And then they'll be like, oh, well, what's that? Like, oh, well, most people get certified. Well, we focus on getting qualified. And so we do a lot with the shoulder anatomy. And how good are you with shoulder anatomy? And you're not like calling them out, but just out of curiosity, you ask that question, and people will be like, I have no idea. And so what you're doing is you're separating yourself from the masses, and the masses quit. That's what happens when you get certified. Statistically speaking, you're going to quit. And that's what we want to change. We want to prep people who become a level 1 coach. And if you were to look at a certified trainer versus a level 1 trainer, a level 1 trainer, statistically speaking, will have significantly higher of a chance to be around a year from now versus the certified trainer. You're looking at 10 get certified, 9 will quit. And the ones that have gone through our program, especially the ones that implement the stuff that Danny does with social media, they're able to create a career out of this. They're able to generate streams of revenue. And now we're providing an opportunity for you to create a stream of revenue off of, making some side cash. And so we'll do it for just 1 week at a time. We'll check it and we'll do like a little analytics to see what's working. Next week, Danny will break down some of these, just like she will with Ivan's call here, or Ivan's video in a second. Use your own creativity. Someone was asking about hardly using TikTok. Would it real be okay from Insta, Danny?
Tell me why not, someone. Why would it be a problem to pull a reel off of Instagram and put it on TikTok?
Isn't the formatting like different and it looks like you can tell it's a reel?
So kind of, that's a little bit less of an issue, but the close. Someone tell me, keep going, maybe someone.
Does the algorithm know?
Yeah, Greg. So not without exception, but typically, the TikTok algorithm, it's most beneficial when you like build content natively in the app, or even just if you're using, you don't necessarily have to do it in the app, but if you're using your camera. But I would say you want to avoid filming like in another app, like Instagram, let's say, and then pulling it into TikTok. So what you could do is film in your camera, like your actual camera app on your iPhone. It's not like perfect, but it's much better than filming in Instagram and then pulling to TikTok.